So if you're like a lot of introverts, you're probably wondering, how do I connect with people? How do I get over my shyness? How do I move forward in business and in work and in society when I don't necessarily want to connect with people? That's something that I struggle with, and that may come as a surprise for a lot of you. I am an author and a teacher and a speaker, and I go around the globe standing on stage talking to people. Everybody thinks I'm an extrovert. The truth is that I'm an introvert. An introvert is somebody who actually recharges their batteries by being alone, and I love being alone. The ideal day for me is to maybe have one online meeting, and that's about it, and then be left alone the rest of the day. So I struggle when my lovely wife goes out and says, hey, we want to go out to this party, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to meet people and all that sort of stuff. Get me in front of 2,000 people, I'm fine. Get me in front of 20 people, and I'm not fine. So I've had to actually learn how to overcome my introversion. And there's a couple of tips I want to pass along to you that might be helpful for you if you're struggling with being an introvert in a professional environment. The first is having an open stance when you talk to somebody, and we all know that this folding up your arms may feel comfortable to you, but it might signal to the people you're talking to that you're closed off. The second thing is to smile with your eyes. That's something a lot of people don't realize. We may not always want to, kind of stand there and smile that way, but we may also decide that if we smile with our eyes, then that actually telegraphs subconsciously to the person you're talking to that you're friendly, warm, and approachable. The third is to ask questions. Here's a pattern of questions you can ask that's always perfect because everybody has an answer for it. I start when I go in, I open my stance, I try to smile with my eyes, and I ask the first question, which is, where are you from? Everybody's from somewhere, so they'll always say stuff. Then the second question, and this is the key, is what brought you here to the city you're in right now? Invariably, that's going to have them say, well, I came here for work or to go to university. So if they said, I came here for work, what you'd say is, oh, what do you do? Now you've opened up this whole channel of communication by just asking three questions. Where are you from? What brought you here? And, oh, what do you do? Or if they say, I came here for college or something like that, you say, oh, what are you majoring in? But that opens up a whole bunch of things. The fourth point I want to share with you is thoughtful responses. Thoughtful responses are showing that you're listening. Studies show that we only really listen to about 25% of what somebody says, and we kind of are doing our grocery list in our mind, in the back of our mind, while we're listening to people. So remember, if you have a thoughtful response, oh, you moved from New York to Atlanta, that's interesting. What do you miss about New York? Or what do you like about Atlanta? Those show that you're actually listening and actually building a foundation of questions based on that first foundation you did. And then the final thing is to remember pieces of information about the person. We all forget to remember people's names, but here's a trick that you can do. What I do is when somebody says their name, I just think of somebody else I know with that name, and mostly I can come up with somebody on the fly, either an old friend or a movie star, something like that. The reason that works, and studies show this, the reason it works is we create memories when we have emotion tied to the data. I'll say that again. We create memories when we have emotion tied to the data. So if somebody says their name is Sally, we'll forget that. But if they say, my name is Sally, and Sally was the name of your sister or your old girlfriend or a movie star suddenly you've tied an emotion to it, and you can remember Sally's name much more easily. So let me do a quick recap. Open stance, smile with your eyes, ask questions, have thoughtful responses, and remember pieces of information about the people. My name is Jamie Turner. These are the unspoken rules of leadership. If you like what you saw here today, feel free to subscribe. Click here if you want to see another video that's been selected just for you.